Hi guys, welcome to Chem Clarity. Today we'll be learning on how to balance a chemical equation. What is chemical equation and how do we balance it? Chemical equation is a summary of what happened in a chemical reaction. The summary of what happened in a chemical reaction. Or you can say it is a symbol that summarizes what happened in a chemical equation. What happened in a chemical reaction. So we have rules of balancing this equation. What are the things guiding balancing chemical equation? The first thing is that the mole of your product must be equal to the mole of reactant. Mole of reactant must equal to the mole of product. So it must be the same. Left hand side must equal to the right hand side. The second rule is that you must write your equation correctly before balancing it. If your equation is not correct, you write an equation that is not correct, definitely you will not be able to balance it well. Your equation must be correct before you can balance it. And the last rule is that if you want to add anything to your chemical equation, all in the name of balancing, then you must add at the front. You add at the front and not at the back. You must add at the front and not at the back. So let's try and solve some questions, and we are going to apply these rules. Remember I said we have different methods, so we are going to look at two different methods in this video. We are going to look at two different methods. The first method now, let's say we have hydrogen reacting with oxygen to give us water. Hydrogen and oxygen to give us water. This equation, is it balanced? Let's try and check if it is balanced. How many mole did I have here? How many mole of hydrogen did I have? I have 1. Oxygen 2, I have 1. And in my water too, I have 1. 1 plus 1, 2 plus 1. Is 2 equals to 1? No. And that's our first rule. We said mole of reactant must be equal to mole of product. Definitely showing us that this equation is not balanced. Then we are going to balance it. Using the first method now, how many hydrogen did I have here? To the left hand side and to my right hand side. How many hydrogen did I have? I have just 2 here. And my oxygen, I have 2. To the right hand side, hydrogen, I have 2 hydrogen, so 2, and oxygen, I have 1. Hydrogen is balanced already, but my oxygen is yet to be balanced. So we are going to think of number, but make sure you start from lowest number. You start from the lowest. You cannot just go and be bringing 8, 6. So you start from the lowest. Now, what can we add to make oxygen to be balanced? Another thing to note is that, hydrogen is already balanced, but oxygen is yet to be balanced. Oxygen to this side is 2. Oxygen to this side is 1. So you are going to focus on the lowest side. We cannot add to the highest side. This one is already 2. If we keep adding, definitely it will still be higher than the product side. So we are going to be adding at the lowest side. We are going to add at the lowest side. Now, to balance this, my oxygen is 2 here, my oxygen is 1. What can I add to make it 2? Then I can add 1. 1 plus 1 will become 2. So let me add 2 here. If I add 2 to this side, to the right hand side, 2, then my oxygen will become balanced. My oxygen will become 2. But looking at it again, it has already affected hydrogen. So I'm now having 2 times 2, which is 4. Then my hydrogen to this side already become 4. What am I going to add to make it balanced? Then this side is now higher than the other side. Which side am I going to add to now? So I'm going to add to this side, which is the left hand side. How many mole am I going to add to make it 4? How many mole am I going to add to make it 4? 2 plus 2, that is 4. So I'm going to add 2 to this side. I'm going to add 2 to this side to make it 4. But if you look here now, if you look at the equation, I already have 2. Definitely I'm going to add 2 more. And we said you are going to add at the front and not the back, not this side, not this place. You are going to add at the front, not the back. So I'm adding 2. I'm adding 2. So 2 times 2, 4. 2 times 2, 4. Then my hydrogen balance. I have 2 here. 2 times oxygen, that's 2 oxygen. Then the equation is balanced. The equation is balanced. Let's try and check the second method of balancing equation. So using the second method of balancing the equation, we are still going to use this equation. First thing you are going to do is you assume that all the moles that is here, all the moles here is A, B, and C. A, B, C is the mole that we want to balance. So you assume that all the moles is an arbitrary number. Then what are the elements that we have in our equation? I have just hydrogen and oxygen, no other element else. It's only hydrogen and oxygen that I have. Now to the reactant side, how many hydrogen did I have? I have 2 times A, this is A, small letter A, 2 times A, 2A. Did I have any other hydrogen to the reactant side? No. I'll move to the product side. This arrow will become equals to, I still have hydrogen here, so 2 times C, 2C. Now let's balance oxygen. Did I have oxygen here? No. Did I have oxygen here? Yes. 2 times B, that's 2B. Equals to, how many oxygen did I have? I have just only 1 here. We don't just show the 1. So 1 times C, that's C. Now when you get to this side, you assume that any of the letters is 1. So let's assume A equals to 1. So we are going to assume A equals to 1. 1 times 2, 2 equals to 2C. Then my C will be equals to 2 over 2, which is equals to 1. C is already equals to 1. Then 2B equals to 1. B equals to 1 over 2. B equals to 1 over 2. Then we are going to clean all these coefficients. You are going to clean the coefficient and put, what is A? A is 1. We don't need to put A because it is 1. What is B? B is 1 over 2. And what is C? C is 1. We cannot leave this fraction like this. This fraction cannot be like this. So what are we going to do to remove this fraction? You know it has denominator of 2. Then we can say multiply the equation, multiply the equation by 2, which is the lowest common multiple. So multiply by 2, then I'm going to have 2H2 plus, 2 times 1 is 2. 2 times half, 1 over 2 times 2. 2 will cancel 2, so it's going to give me 1. So it will become 2O to give me 2 times 1 here, 2H2O. So this is our balanced equation because I have 2 times 2, hydrogen is 4, plus 2. 2 times 2, hydrogen, that's 4. 2 times oxygen plus 2, which is 6 and 6. Definitely the equation is balanced. Let's check another question. So let's check this equation. This is a JAMB question giving us this equation and telling us to find the value of x, y, and z. How are we going to find x, y, and z? Looking at it, using the first method will be very tricky. Using the first method will be very tricky. So I will advise that we go for the second method. The second method is very simple and straightforward. Unlike the first method that you just be guessing. If you guess a number is not good, you have to clean again. But the second method is simpler. Now, let's make a table. We already have a coefficient, so we don't need to be putting coefficient. Except that if you check this side, this MnO2, it does not have any coefficient. This one too does not have any coefficient. Then you must suggest a coefficient for it. So let's suggest, we already have x, y, and z. Let's suggest a and b for it. So we are going to suggest this a and b. Now, let's make a table. I have manganese, I have oxygen. What other element do I have? I have hydrogen. And I have chlorine. Which other element do we have? Manganese, oxygen, hydrogen, and chlorine. No other element. Now, let's begin the equation. Under manganese, I have one manganese here. 1 times A, that's A. Did I have any other manganese? No. Then equals to, I have manganese here too. 1 times B equals to B. No other manganese. Let's go to oxygen. 2 times A, 2A. No oxygen equals to, then I have oxygen here. Oxygen times Y, that is Y. No more oxygen. Let's go to hydrogen. I have hydrogen here. 1 times X, that's X. Equals to, do I have further hydrogen? Yes, I have hydrogen here. 2 times Y, 2Y. No more hydrogen. Then for chlorine, I have chlorine here too. X chlorine equals to 2B plus 2 times Z, 2Z. Now, let's assume A equals to 1. Let's assume A equals to 1. Then if A equals to 1, definitely B is also equals to 1. We said A equals to 1. 1 times 2, 2 equals to Y. If Y equals to 2, then X equals to 2 into bracket of 2, which is X equals to 4. My X equals to 4. 4 equals to, my B is already 1. 2 times B, 2 times 1, that's 2 plus, I did not know Z, 2Z. Now I can say 4 minus 2 equals to 2Z. 2 equals to 2Z. Then my Z equals to 2 over 2, which is 1. Then we can rewrite it that we can say A equals to 1, B equals to 1, X equals to 4, Y equals to 2, and Z equals to 1. Then one can see clearly that my X equals to 4, Y equals to 2, and Z equals to 1. You can pick your answer from here and you will go. But we want to proceed now. Our balanced equation will be A is already 1, then MnO2, not putting of anything here, plus X is 4, 4HCl, to give me B is 1, MnCl2 and Y is 2, 2H2O plus Z is 1, Cl2. Now let's check if the equation is balanced. For manganese, I have one manganese here. To the product side, I have just one here too. For oxygen, 2 times oxygen, I have 2 oxygen. 2 times oxygen, I have 2 oxygen. For hydrogen, 4 times hydrogen, that's 4. 2 times 2, 4. Then the hydrogen is also balanced. For chlorine, 4 times chlorine, that's 4 chlorine. To this side, I have 2 chlorine, and to the other side too, I have 2 chlorine. Then 2 plus 2, that is 4. Then our equation is balanced. So let's try and do this equation, try and balance it, and drop the answer in the comment section. If you have not subscribed, make sure you do so as to see more of my videos. See you guys in my next video.